Alright guys, welcome back to another Dragon Ball Legends video, and today we're going to be officially making our predictions for the Dragon Ball Legends 6th anniversary. This video should be releasing Saturday, 10 o'clock my time. I'm not sure what that is, any other time zone, I do apologize. But at the time of this video's release, we will be 1 week away from possibly one of the biggest celebrations in Dragon Ball Legends history, the Dragon Ball Legends 6th anniversary. Now, for today's video, we're going to be breaking down how I think the sort of banner formats will be as far as the parts go, right? So, I'm taking inspiration of this, or I'm taking basically the format of the 5th anniversary, meaning we're going to have one LF for part 1, a dual LF for part 2, and an ultra release for part 3. I'm going to be giving you guys 3 to 4 different options as far as possible units that we could see for the release of each part and how likely I think they are. So, if you guys are excited for the Dragon Ball Legends 6th anniversary, leave a comment below. Leave a comment below letting me know who you guys think will be the people or the units who will be released on Saturday the 25th. So, having said that, we're going to start with part 1. I have a few options as far as units that could be releasing for part 1. And I was thinking back to previous anniversaries, and I was saying to myself, we need a unit to be the poster child, the logo for 6th anniversary. So for 1st anniversary, it was Goku Blue. For 2nd anniversary, it was Vegito Blue. For 3rd, it was Gogeta Super Saiyan 4. It was Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. For 4th, it was MUI, and for 5th, it was Goku and Vegeta Goku and Frieza from the Tournament of Power. Go Frieza. So I was thinking to myself, it has to be a unit that they could put in the logo. It has to be a unit that is big enough, that is hype enough to attract people to summon and to play Dragon Ball Legends. I'm thinking about this really methodically as far as like I'm trying to put myself into the shoes of the Legends development team. So I came up with 3 distinct options as far as part 1 headliner premium units that could be here as part of the logo, as part of the advertisement, as part of the main hype for Dragon Ball Legends 6th anniversary. So the first one, which is my personal choice. It's my personal choice of unit that I would love to see. And that is Super Saiyan God Goku from the Battle of Gods movie. There's a few reasons why I'm choosing this unit as my personal pick, right? My personal pick for the Legends anniversary. We haven't had a Super Saiyan God Goku from Battle of Gods specifically, a movie version of Battle of Gods ever. But the last Battle of Gods version of Goku that we had, Goku, was in the 2018 New Year's Step Up banner. That was the last time Battle of Gods basically got any recognition in this game. Because we've only ever had one other, or actually that's a lie. We've had 2 other Super Saiyan God units that were released as far as Goku goes. We had one for Broly, which was the Godbind Goku, and we had a free-to-play version of the Battle of Gods Super Saiyan God Goku in the Legendary Goku event Goku, the Green Super Saiyan God Goku. But that's not a premium LF unit. We haven't had an LF or a revamp of this movie Goku, of this Super Saiyan God Goku in the entirety of Dragon Ball Legends lifespan. We haven't had a Battle of God celebration. We have never had one. We have plenty of God Key celebrations, plenty of God Key releases, plenty of Beerus's, but as far as a premium, summonable LF, like featured headliner unit, we have not had Super Saiyan God Goku as one of those units. And the reason, I remember last year for my predictions, as far as anniversary went, I remember I put Super Saiyan God Goku as a part 2, a potential part 2. And the reason I said last year was, I don't think he's hype enough, I don't think he's good enough, I don't think that he would be the person on the poster. I always thought that was Go Frieza for last year. But when it comes to this year, Super Saiyan God Goku has been underrepresented, underutilized, underseen, and it would be such a statement to have Super Saiyan God Goku as your main headliner for Anniversary. The big golden 6 with a red-haired Super Saiyan God Goku as the logo. That would be sick. And that is my personal pick. I would love to see Super Saiyan God Goku as the Part 1 LF. But I have two other choices. The other of which sort of stems from the fact that I'm basing this format off of last year's format. And if you guys remember last year was the year of Universe Reps. We got a bunch of buffs at the start of the year, we got a bunch of buffs during Annie, and then we had a bunch of buffs during Legends Festival. So I believe that this will sort of be a I forgot, I had the word in my head. I had the word in my mind, and it'll be a trend. I think this will be sort of a trend for this year, and I believe that GT will be the main buffed tag this year. We had a bunch of buffs for Dragon Ball GT throughout all of the beginning of the year. Obviously, the first campaign of the year was GT, but then we had a bunch of releases. We had a release, Spirit Bomb Goku released. We had a bunch of side units released. We had LF Baby, LF 17, Super 17 as big buffers to make this cohesive team work. We had LF Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta get his Zenkai this year. So I believe that another plausible choice, not my first choice, but another plausible choice for a Part 1 headliner, which I think would work pretty well as like a headliner featured unit on the logo, is an LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku, specifically from the Baby Saga. And I could see this unit being a very particular unit in the sense that I could see him being a transforming unit. I could see him start as Kid Goku and then maybe have a revive into it would sort of use the counter revive ability that Ultra Golden Frieza has, where he gets hit down to 0, he does a counter, and then he comes back to fight with like half or 3/4 of your health. I could see him doing something like that, where you kill Kid Goku, or you knock out Kid Goku from the fight, and then he counters with a Golden Grade Up attack that turns you into Super Saiyan 4 Goku, giving you the ability to do an LF. That would be hype as hell. It would continue the sort of idea of continually buffing this GT tag throughout the year and really making it a prominent tag as the year goes on. So that's my second pick as a headliner for Part 1 of the 6th anniversary. The third, and probably the most possible as well, I believe, impossibility of units, or implausibility of units as far as hype units that'll probably release as a Part 1. I believe this next pick is probably the most hype, the most likely, and that is an LF Super Vegito. We haven't had a represented Super Vegito in about 2 years since the 4th anniversary, the end of 4th anniversary with the release of Ultra Super Vegito. The reason I'm not as hyped as other people would be for a Super Vegito is because we've seen Super Vegito countless of times, and I understand that, and I am, of all people, I'm a Gogeta stan, but Super Vegito is one of the hypest like picks and units that you could ever release in a video game. Smack Super Vegito's face into your logo and I guarantee you will make money. But the reason I'm not as high on having Super Vegito on here is simply because of the fact that we've seen it a lot. If we're going to get a Super Vegito, I would love to have some sort of new mechanic associated to the Super Vegito. I would love to have him be a tag Goku and Vegeta from the Buu Saga who somehow fused into Super Vegito. Give us our first ever fusing unit. That would like break every single metric of like hype. That would break every single metric of money, because I guarantee you people will summon for a LF Super Vegito. Like I said, Super Vegito is one of Dragon Ball's, like as a franchise, one of their biggest cash cows. You put Vegito somewhere, people will be attracted to that because Vegito is awesome. But again, it's not my personal choice, In terms of probability, it'll probably be either something like Super Vegito, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, or Goku. I believe Goku is probably the least probable. I know a lot of people have been talking about it recently with the release of the free-to-play Whis and other sort of like underground buffs that we've gotten, like the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Zenkai that we got. That Goku released with a Ultimate Gohan and alongside the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta from Battle of Gods. So we could see something along those lines of a God Goku. I would love to see a God Goku. I would adore that. But in all likeliness, a Super Vegito makes the most sense. We've had a lot of buffs as far as Saiyans goes. We need more buffs for Fusion. Fusion hasn't had a buff since Anniversary last year, if I'm not mistaken. That was the last time Fusion Warrior got a big buff. Because for Annie, or for Legends Fest, we had, we had the tag Kaioken, or what is it? Kaioken and Evolution. We had Beast. We had the tag Goku and Bardock, and then we had the UI Goku. So as far as Fusions goes, Fusions hasn't been buffed in a year, which is such a rarity for Legends in specifically because Legends loves Fusions. So in all probability, it'll probably go something like of Super Vegito. And if they switch up the format and they do a format like Legends Fest where they do 2 LFs, single LF, single Ultra, maybe I could see Goku being featured in some sort of way. But more than likely, it'll probably be Super Vegito. So, with that said, my personal pick for the first part is Super Saiyan God Goku. The most likely pick is Super Vegito. So, with that said, we're moving to part 2 with a dual LF release. Now, I have 4 main choices for part 2. They're all based on certain sagas and certain, basically just units that I would love to see. Maybe units that haven't been represented before, maybe units that we've never seen before. I would love to see one of these choices be in part 2. Full disclosure, I did not put a Legends original on my celebration for predictions. I am aware that it is more likely than not that we will get a Legends original for Anniversary. I couldn't think of anything. If I had to throw something out there, it would be something like a Gogeta, Vegito, maybe Double Broly would be really cool to see. Maybe a Gohan, maybe a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and a future Gohan. That would be sick to see as well. But I couldn't think of a specific thing or specific reason. But more than likely, we will be getting a Legends original unit. So bear that in mind. I don't have a Legends original unit. These are purely dual LFs that I would love to see for part 2. So, having said that, the first dual LF release that I have as a prediction is actually a dual LF release that I have to credit Nanogenix for. I watch Nano on a consistent basis. He's one of my favorite Legends and Dokkan creators, like Dragon Ball creator in general. So I do have to give him credit where credit is due. The man is a genius sometimes. But this pick is very likely, or it's very inspired by one of his picks for predictions, and that is a LF tag Super Saiyan God Goku and Super Saiyan God Vegeta versus an LF transforming full power Super Saiyan Broly from Dragon Ball Super Broly. This is a movies centric part 2. So I would have a Super Saiyan God Goku and Super Saiyan God Vegeta who are a tag that are able to transform into into Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta, like the one that we got from Legends Fest 2021, I believe. I think that would be a sick unit to have. It would be so cool to give, and again, Super Saiyan God Goku and Super Saiyan God Vegeta, 2 units who are very, very underrepresented, both of which having 2 summonable released units. The first of which being the God Goku from 2018, and then the Godbind Goku, and on the other side for the Vegeta, the God Goku from 2019 at the release of, oh no, it was still 2019. with the global release of Broly, and then the other the blue transforming Super Saiyan Vegeta into Super Saiyan God, which was tagged onto the Godbind Goku from years back. So these two units, these two characters have been really underrepresented in Legends, and I would love to see a tag variation of them, specifically a tag variation similar to the tech Super Saiyan God Goku and Super Saiyan God Vegeta from Dokkan. That is a sick unit, and it would be really cool to have them have that sort of main gimmick where they transform into Super Saiyan God, into Super Saiyan Blue, Goku and Vegeta, and then are able to have some sort of ult or some sort of move that fuses them into Gogeta Blue. Obviously, not having Gogeta Blue here fully since we had him a few years back in Legends Fest, but to have him be a prominent point in this unit. And obviously, it goes without saying that full power Super Saiyan Broly has been severely underrepresented. We've had a transforming one from when Broly first released, the movie first released. We had an LF from 2020. We had an LF from 2020. And then we had a free-to-play version of the Broly on... It was a free-to-play, like, Fierce Fight full power Broly. And then we had a Wrathful Broly that released a few months ago. So, I would love to see just a summonable version of a transforming full power Super Saiyan Broly. I would love to see him be like the Bojack from 3rd Anniversary, where you start as base, then you have a Awakened Arts card, you hit your enemy using it, and that's how you transform into Broly, and then you'd have an ult and do all that good stuff. So that is my first pick as far as LFs go, as far as dual LFs go for part 2. My second one, this is purely my fever dream pick. I would love to see an LF revival, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku who revives into UI Sign Goku versus an LF Jiren. I'm aware that we had a UI Sign Goku not that long ago for Legends Fest, but he's my favorite unit. If he wasn't in this prediction, who am I, right? And as far as Jiren goes, we haven't had a solid Jiren, as far as like a solid summonable Jiren, like an LF Jiren, since the purple one. We obviously did have a transforming full power Jiren in in last year's anniversary, which is still really solid. He's pretty decent still, but he's not one of those units that you see very much these days. So it would be really cool to see another LF Jiren. So that's my second pick for dual LFs: LF Revival UI Sign Goku and LF Jiren, just base Jiren. My third pick, and this is another pick that I think would fit with something like a Super Vegito being the part 1, and that is a dual LF Super Gogeta versus LF Super Janemba. Do I have to explain myself with this one? We haven't had a solid Super Janemba. Oh, that's a lie. We had the Ultra. We had the Ultra Super Janemba, and that would be really toxic to have an Ultra and an LF in the same team. But I love it. I love seeing the world burn. But as far as Super Gogeta goes, we had a revival Pikkon who went into Gogeta, but no standalone Super Gogeta since the Ultra from 2020. So it would be really, really cool to see a standalone LF Super Gogeta with a reworked animation for the Soul Punisher. That would be amazing. Maybe take some inspirations from other Dragon Ball media. Maybe have him do the Big Bang attack instead of the Kamehameha, or the Big Bang Kamehameha, or stuff like that. That would be really, really cool with some like Legends original animations. That would be really cool. So yeah, for part 3, or for the third pick, as far as dual LFs go for part 2, LF Super Gogeta and LF Super Janemba. Now, time for my fourth pick as far as dual LFs go for part 2. This one is a bit on shaky ground, particularly because we haven't seen Future in a long time. We haven't seen Future. God, when was the last time we saw Future? Anniversary, maybe, with the release of Ultra Super Vegito, or Vegito Blue. I can't remember. I can't think of another release that we've had with Future in a while. So, my next pick is an LF Rage Super Saiyan 2 Trunks and an LF Transforming Zamasu, where he transforms, where his actual transformation is him fusing with Goku Black. to transform into merged Zamasu. That would be a really, really cool pick. I think that's another that falls into the the category of another, oh, that would be cool to see, as opposed to something that could actually be done. So those are my picks for part 2. The first of which being LF Tag God Goku and God Vegeta versus a transforming Super Saiyan Broly. The second of which being Revival UI Sign Goku versus LF Jiren. The third of which being LF Super Gogeta versus LF Super Janemba. And the fourth of which being LF Rage Trunks and transforming Zamasu. Now, onto part 3, and more than likely the biggest part, the most important part of the anniversary, the Ultra. So I only have 3 options here, 2 of which could be cool to see, one of which is a clear runaway for the unit that we are likely to see in anniversary. So I'm going to start with the ones that are cool choices that would be really cool to see. The first one would be an Super Saiyan 3 Goku, the one where he transforms against Super Buu, or just Majin Buu. That would be a really cool scene to be represented in an Ultra entrance. Just see him go through the phases of Super Saiyan. Go Super Saiyan 1, then 2, and then 3. And then ultimately have a really, really cool animation set with Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I feel like in terms of anniversary, he probably won't be the most hype unit, but I think he would be a really cool unit to have. And I do think he's coming in some form or fashion during the year. I think he's definitely a unit that we'll see throughout the year. Maybe not for anniversary, but it would be cool to see. The second of which is another Ultra Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but this time representing the Dragon Fist moment from Wrath of the Dragon. We do already have a Dragon Fist version of this Goku in-game, that being the Super Saiyan 3 Goku that released in part 2 of 4th anniversary. The reason I put him here in specific is because they fucking massacred the Super Saiyan 3, the Dragon Fist animation for that unit. They just reused some animations, they reused a bunch of assets. The only good thing about that unit so far is his windscreen. We need a solid animation for the Dragon Fist. We absolutely do. And I will not rest until I find a solid Dragon Fist Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So that is one of my other picks. Another Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but this time representing the Dragon Fist from Wrath of the Dragon. And finally, it shouldn't be a surprise that this man is here. This man has not been represented since 3rd anniversary. This man has just disappeared into fucking smoke and mirrors. He's been gone. No one has seen him. No one has seen a trace of him. And it's about goddamn time that he's brought back. It's Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. It's always been Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. If you say anything else but Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you're wrong. But the biggest reason we are choosing Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and this is my reasoning, right? Ever since 4th anniversary dropped, I have noticed a trend, and I'm sure everyone's noticed as well. Every Part 3 Ultra is a release of a 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, or 4th anniversary unit. So for 4th anniversary, the Ultra was the 1st anniversary headliner, that being Super Vegeta. For 5th anniversary, the Part 3 Ultra was the headliner for 2nd anniversary, that being Vegito Blue. So I believe that they're going to continue this trend with 6th anniversary and give us the Part 3 Ultra being the headliner for 3rd anniversary, that being Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. It has to be, right? He's one of the last big releases that this game can do that would be super, super hype. I can't think, maybe this is me being way too close-minded, right, to think that anything else could be Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but it has to be, right? This is my option, and if I'm ever gonna lock down a choice or a prediction for an anniversary, it's fucking gonna be Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta has got to be somewhere in this fucking celebration, right? So, yeah, to finally cap things off, my personal predictions for the anniversary are going to be Part 1, LF Super Saiyan God Goku. For Part 2, I would love to see LF Super Gogeta versus LF Super Janemba. And then for Part 3, I would love to see Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. The more likely picks are probably for part 1, LF Super Vegito. For part 2, again, I could see something with Broly, so LF Super Saiyan God Goku and God Vegeta versus Full Power Broly. And for part 3, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So, with that said, these are my predictions. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know what you guys would love to see for 6th anniversary. And having said that, thank you all so much for watching. If you liked the video, please consider pressing that like button, subscribing, and clicking that notification bell to be notified anytime that I upload. Having said that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace! Here we go. Yes, sir! 6th Annie.